Hey guys, welcome back to Mad Marketing's YouTube channel. And today I'm going to do a quick breeze through on copywriting for the human mind, right? So right now I'm working with a client who is creating a business for space, energy, and home organization. Right now, the headline says home organization, holistic home design, or holistic interior design. That is the headline that floats over the hero banner on the website above the fold. Very simple. And she had worked with a copywriter, and this is what they came up with. Simple and to the point. It's great. However, this is not copywriting for the human mind. In no way is it engaging. It's a very cold approach, especially when starting a new business venture. You know, if I just opened up my marketing agency last week and I just tell you guys, hey, I have a marketing agency. We do marketing. That's not going to fly with you guys. There isn't any social proof. There are thousands of other marketing agencies out there. So by me telling you that we provide digital marketing services doesn't really engage you in any way, right? And so I want to walk through the process that my client and I are actually going through together. We have not completed it yet, but this is the process in which you should follow for yourself when doing copywriting, right? So what you want to identify are the pain points of your customer. You want to identify the benefits your customer receives from placing an order or purchasing or getting your services tendered to them, right? You want to discuss the desired outcome. So that aha moment, that moment when the customer feels as if they received exactly what it is that they set out to get. So these are some, and you want to discuss lastly, motivation, right? The motivation of your customer to actually get up and say, it's time for me to take action to change something. Because when you purchase something, anything at all, it's because you are changing something. You are looking to fulfill something, avoid or enhance something. No matter what, it's a change. So let's walk through these four: the pain points, the motivation, desired outcomes, and benefits. And as you work through these, yes, you can simply say, oh, it's easy, but it does take time, and it's often helpful if you have someone there who can ask you further questions and pick your mind to get to the bottom of it, right? So that's what we did. We spent about an hour discussing the pain points, the motivations, benefits, and desired outcomes. It's nothing more than a discussion, right? So when you want to know the pain points, right? So the pain points has to deal with something is missing, right? Something doesn't feel right. So it's kind of causing you to feel negatively, right? So in this specific case, dealing with home organization, this often means what's a pain point, right? So a pain point, the reason someone would come and look for home organization services is maybe there's a lot of clutter in the home, right? So, but now take a step deeper and ask yourself, well, how is clutter causing pain, right? Clutter does not cause any sort of physical or mental pain, right? So clutter is the starting point. Now you move deeper, right? And so how does clutter affect your customer negatively? Well, let's think about who the customer is. The customer is about 34 to 44, female. So she might be married, right? She might have kids, right? And this clutter is taking up space in her mind. She has so many things to think about. She needs to think about the kids. She needs to think about her husband. If she's working, she needs to think about work. There isn't space and time and energy to think about this clutter. However, innately, it's not something she wants there. It's not something the husband probably wants there, right? And the kids keep making more of a mess. So now this is painful. This woman is in pain because she's thinking about this mess while she's making dinner, while she's eating dinner. She's thinking about this mess while she's at work. If her husband isn't pitching in and helping clean or whatever the case is, then she's thinking about him being upset that the house is a mess, but she can't clean it because she doesn't have the time, right? Or she has absolutely no idea where to start to declutter the home. And so she's feeling stuck. She's feeling, in a way, kind of trapped, right? So that's a pain point right there. You know, it affects your ability to have more energy to just simply enjoy life, because now you have this thing to worry about, this clutter, this mess, this unorganized space where it just feels like a mess. And because the space around you is a mess, your mind and the way you're thinking and the things you think about when you think about them are unorganized and a mess. So she might start looking out. So you can, to summarize that, try to make it a little briefer, right? You can simply say something along the lines of declutter your space, declutter your mind. Boom. You know? So this, when someone reads that, they're going to start feeling more engaged. Your copywriting is engaging your reader, because your reader is going to sit there, look at that, and think, whoa, you get me. You understand what I'm feeling. You understand what I'm going through. And that makes me feel like you can actually help because you understand this. There you go. Moving on, motivations, right? So what are some motivations that will help people to reconsider you or come back, right? And actually take an action. So again, with this, what is the motivating factor? So the motivating factor in this case, well, we've discussed how the way you're thinking is affected, and the way you're thinking affects your emotions. So their emotions right now are all negative. And so something motivating would be something different, right? They want to clean that out. They want to get it all cleaned out. Start anew. Start anew. Can you help them start anew? Can you paint that picture of freshness in their mind, right? And this, in some cases, and in this specific case, motivation here really acts as, it doesn't have to just be copywriting. Your aesthetic, your imagery in itself is a huge part of the motivation. So showing an image or a hero banner that is underlaying that copywriting of a beautifully organized and clean home shows them what they want, right? You know they want that. They're in pain because they don't have that. Not really, but sometimes most of the time for most people, the way the mind works is they'll think it's the fault of the clutter, the mess. But that's like a discussion for some, not for this video, right? So by showing them that what they could potentially have, this is in itself motivating. There are other ways to motivate as well, and you can do that by discussing all the problems that fade, right? So we discuss all the potential things that were wrong in the mental game for the customer. And now you can discuss, well, you can have this instead, right? You can have this, and you can think this way, and it could be this way. Well, that's kind of motivating, right? Yeah, that's kind of motivating right there. And now the benefits. Benefits is, well, it's similar to motivation, but I want to find that line of distinguishment for you guys right now. So the benefits of decluttering your home would, at the very surface level, would be, well, your home is no longer cluttered, right? But now you want to take it a step deeper. We always want to go deeper, especially when it comes to copywriting and understanding our customers. So to take it a step deeper, we think, okay, well, if the home's no longer cluttered, you're not thinking about it, right? You're not thinking that you have to clean the home. You don't have to make time to clean the home, right? Or it's not going to take up as much of your time anymore. So you have time for other things. You have time for movie night. Oh, you have time for movie night. You have time to go on a date with your significant other. You have time to go out with the family. So time in itself is a benefit, right? But this is not how a lot of people think. So you replace time with the potential things that this person can now do with that time. So now you get them. So a woman who is 34 to 44, you sit back and you get an idea of what someone that age would like to do with their time. Now they have time for it because their home is decluttered because of you. And you can let them know, like, declutter your home, declutter your mind, have time for you. Whoa, okay. So if you can't think of what they can possibly do, you're letting them know that they have time for themselves. And that's a big thing already. It's called, I think it's called me time, right? You time. So that's another step. So like, it's wow, okay, this sounds freaking amazing. Like my home would be decluttered, but then I'm getting this, and this. I'm getting, what did we say again? Declutter your home, declutter your mind, have more time for you. Right? And so very, very simple. And then there's the desired outcome. Desired outcome, right? So this desired outcome is that aha moment. It's like your customer just got what it is they wanted. So it's that moment of realization where the customer, it comes to the mind of the customer, for the customer themselves. This works. This just worked. Whatever I was feeling before, I'm no longer feeling. It worked. I got this and it worked. This may take a little bit more time to figure out. It's a great idea to survey your customers for it and get that answer directly from them. Oftentimes, and you know what? You can actually survey your customers for all of the things we just discussed: pain points, motivations, benefits, and desired outcomes. And it helps when you can use real customer words, real customer pain points, motivations, and aha moments, desired outcomes in your actual copywriting, because you're no longer a copywriter writing it. You're no longer a marketer, and you're no longer a business owner or entrepreneur writing this copy. Now you are a customer who has benefited from the service. What better way to connect with your customers than by sharing or making it look like you're sharing that same experience in benefiting or reaching out and searching for this particular service or good. This is copywriting for the human mind. Engage your customer on a personal level by understanding how people's minds work. And it helps, again, you want to discuss, if it helps, I do it sometimes for myself. When I got a great idea, I'll sit down and I'll open a Google Doc and I'll write down the idea, and then I'll write down the question, and then I'll write down the answer to that question, and then I'll write down another question, and then I'll write down the answers to that question, and I just kind of build and build and build this momentum, playing back and forth with my own logic to get to the answer that I know I have somewhere in my subconscious, just waiting to come out and be something, to create something that way. And so you can do it that way if you're by yourself. If you have another person with you that's willing to take the time to discuss it, discuss it with them. It's like a game of catch, just a back and forth, really diving deep into the mental of the customer that you're seeking, or your target market, right? And so that's copywriting for the human mind. This was not written down at all and not edited at all, and I'm not going to edit it, so you're going to get the full live thing here. If you have any questions whatsoever, drop them in the comments, or you can visit my website, madmarketingpro.com, hit up the contact page, send me an email, let me know your questions, let me know if you want me to review the copywriting on your website. I'll be happy to do it. My purpose is to give peace, love, and joy. So if I can help you reach your potential, you'll find your peace, love, and joy, brother and sisters out there. So hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.